And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host, Jonathan. So I wanted to come out here and give you my opinions on this whole breaking news that we got this past week with the fact that DC is getting a complete reboot and the fact that Henry Cavill is no longer playing Superman. And I wanted to come out here and give you my opinion and my thoughts about it because I'm a huge DC fan. I like the DCEU movies, most of them. I really loved Man of Steel. I really liked Suicide Squad, the first one, the second one, Wonder Woman, Birds of Prey. I thought Aquaman was cool. Shazam was great too. I even liked the Black Adam. The only one I didn't really like was Wonder Woman 2 and of course Batman versus Superman, because I thought like my favorite superhero versus Superman is like fine on the big screen, and they gave me a movie like wah. And I also like the original Justice League movie. I actually prefer it more than the Snyder version, even though I liked it, the stuff in Snyder version where we got to see more Cyborg because he was a really important character to that story. And the nightmare scene still made no sense to me. They should have made that to be like, oh wow, we should like prevent that from happening. That nightmare scene should have been the opening of the movie instead of being its ending, which was completely stupid, but whatever. So let's talk about what do I think about the fact that DC is going to get a complete makeover. Honestly, I kind of actually like it now. It's only because DC gets a brand new slate. Look. Is it bad the fact that we lost Henry Cavill Superman? Yeah. But what did we expect? Remember, when Man of Steel first came out, everybody was like super excited about it. And then that had that whole big controversy of the fact that, oh, Superman snaps necks. He don't kill people. He's like Batman. He don't kill people. And a lot of people beyond were angry about it and blaming Zack Snyder. Oh, look what you did. You made Superman kill. Superman is truth, justice, American way. He does not kill. Everybody complained, right? Okay, let's move on to the next film, Batman vs. Superman. I had my moments. I had my problems with that film. I liked the third act mostly because it gave us the Trinity for the first time. That no matter how many times they give us a rebooted Trinity, and would never capture the very first time they were on screen together. It's kind of like if Avengers King's Dynasty or even Avengers Secret Wars says Avengers Assemble, it won't be as meaningful as it was the first time we got it. So, in my opinion, anyway. Anyway, we got that movie. What did we saw? Batman using guns. Batman using the Batmobile to kill people. Oh, Batman don't kill. Batman doesn't use weapons. And we got it. And people complaining about the darkness being too dark. Wonder Woman 1 came out, huge success. All right, there you go. DC's on a right track. Here comes the Suicide Squad. Uh-oh. No Joker. And yet they promoted Joker like he was going to be in the whole movie, and we never got it. But I never complained about it because, honestly, I really wanted to see Harley Quinn. How many times are we going to get a Joker movie or DC movie with Joker and not get Harley Quinn? We needed to see Harley Quinn, and Harley Quinn was amazing. Played by Margot Robbie. Okay, so there you go. That happened. Then we got Aquaman. Then we got Justice League. Justice League came out. Zack Snyder had a tragedy in his life. He couldn't finish the film. But instead of grieving, he decided, instead of grieving for his actual loss in his personal life, he decided to mourn the loss of his movie that he couldn't finish because he had a personal tragedy in his life. His daughter passed away. If I was him, I would be like, screw the movie. You already paid me. Just okay, it failed. So what? Big deal. My child died, and yet he just like, yeah. Let's just make people like, I have a Snyder cut. Let's just make sure a Snyder cut gets made. Snyder cut comes out. It's not exactly a big hit. 4 chapters, and as some fans, sure. Did it make any sense? Yes and no. I still think the epilogue should have been the beginning of the movie, but whatever. And lo and behold, we thought that was going to be something. Shazam, same thing. Shazam, lighter tone, a little bit funny, kind of like how Marvel does with their comedy stuff. And now it's just like, no, now. And now people are complaining about Marvel being super funny now because they don't want jokes in their movies anymore. So I don't know what fans actually want from these comic book films. So go figure. And then Aquaman comes out. $1 billion film. Oh, there's the big hit. Fortunately, we had a pandemic. Birds of Prey comes out. Doesn't really do well. Wonder Woman 2, straight to video, DVD, or whatever you want to call it, the HBO Max streaming thing. That fails. I thought that was an okay film. Wasn't great, wasn't awesome. It was just okay. Whatever. I personally thought that they should have just went right after Batman v Superman or even Justice League. I've heard Diana dealing with, okay, she's got superpower friends now. She's living in the modern world and she's still got to do her thing. They should have focused on that and forget about the whole Steve Trevor thing and moved on from that, but they didn't. Oh well. Now we got the Flash coming out. We got some problems with Ezra Miller. He's fired already. Good. They fired him. Finally, hallelujah, we can move on from that. But that movie's still coming out next year. Shazam did okay. And now we're getting a sequel, but that movie it's not going to matter anymore. So there's that. And then, of course, Mr. Dwayne Johnson, the most electrifying man in all sports entertainment, whether it's in the WWE or in entertainment in Hollywood. He comes out and says the power of anarchy is about to change, and that fails. Wah as well. I personally liked it, but what can you do? So now that, and then he gave us, Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill is back as Superman. We're going to get Black Adam versus Superman, and now we're not getting it. But there is hope, people. We do. It's kind of like, put DC, you know what, take it back. Put Marvel in DC shoes. What if Kevin Feige was not the leader of the MCU, and the MCU did came out the same way that it started with Kevin Feige, and Kevin Feige was not a part of it. Let's say it was I don't know, the CEO of Disney back then. Let's say he was in charge. He made all the movies, same order, all came out, and then they started falling down. Kevin Feige shows up. He's like, you know what? Let's restart this. Let's start from scratch. It's got too many cuts and too many wounds. A lot of people complaining about it. The tone, the lack of stories or whatever it is. And they decided to reboot everything. Will you guys complain or will you guys let Kevin Feige and trust in him and see what he can do? Now, granted, we all know right now Kevin Feige's kind of dropping the ball when it comes with the MCU because he's putting too many freaking villains in the MCU and we don't know which direction he's going. One minute it's going to be the Celestials, the next minute it's going to be Kang the Conqueror, and we have no idea. And then he wants to bring in Blade, and then right now he's not really doing so well, but he will correct everything. And that's what I think what James Gunn is going to do. James Gunn and Peter Safran, I believe his name is, probably butchered that. I think they're going to do an okay job with the DCEU. They have a new plan. They have a plan that they can do. If James Gunn can take characters from the Marvel Universe that consist of a tree and a talking raccoon and make fans love them, why can't we give him a chance with DC? He's already proven that he's given us 2 great DC films, or a DC show and a DC film. That's the Suicide Squad. Now, granted, didn't make that much money because they went half and half, theaters and, of course, at home. So, can't blame him for that. But then in my personal opinion, he gave us one of the best television shows, better than anything Marvel did with their Phase 4 slate, besides WandaVision, maybe Miss Marvel, with Peacemaker. Peacemaker, I'm sorry. As a Marvel fan, I love Marvel, but Peacemaker was way better than any other shows that they gave us, besides Miss Marvel and, of course, WandaVision, okay? Moon Knight was okay. What the hell was Hawkeye? Falcon and Winter Soldier should have just been a movie. Would have been way better. Let's face the fact. Peacemaker was the best show of 2022. Not counting Yellowstone and other great shows. But you know what I mean, for comic book stuff. Okay? Even better than some of the Star Wars stuff they gave us. So, he knows what he's doing. And he gave us John Cena, the guy who does this in professional wrestling, and made him cool as Peacemaker. So, we gotta trust this guy, okay? And Peter, I'm pretty sure I think he was in charge of some DC television shows. I think it was either Titans or maybe Arrow, or maybe even Arrowverse or one of them. We know how great the Arrowverse was when it first started. Now, granted, it fell, but that's okay. It did so many years in television. It was basically the MCU of DC, way better than what Kevin Feige was doing with the MCU in Phase 4. So there's that. So let's just see what happens. And if we have to get a new Superman, fine. We all love Henry Cavill. He's gonna do other great things. You know, he can go to Marvel. He could play Sentry or Hyperion or anybody over there. We're all gonna still support the guy. He's not exactly, oh, he can't play Superman anymore. He's not gonna get acting jobs anymore. That's a shame for him. They really just mess with. No, his career's gonna be fine. Maybe he'll play Bond in the future. He might even go back to DC and play another character. Jason Momoa is going to play another character. He might be playing Lobo, for Christ's sakes. So why can't Henry Cavill? Now, granted, we all love him as Superman, but we can love the new guy. Everybody loved Michael Keaton as Batman, and then what happened? They rebooted it multiple times. No, that's because George Clooney was a horrible Batman, and then we got Christian Bale, and he was a great Batman. Right? Then we got Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck, Daredevil's Batman? He was great. Now, granted, it wasn't his fault either, but that's DC's fault, but that's whatever. He was an okay Batman, even though we never really got anything from him. And then we got Robert Pattinson. Twilight guy? As Batman ain't gonna do anything. Almost made $800 million at the box office this year, so... And he was a great Batman. Dark and broody and awesome. He's gonna be in his own universe. So we have that. So Henry Cavill is gonna be fine. And whoever plays Superman next, hey, he's got big shoes to fill. And if he's going to be younger, that's cool too. He can be Superboy. He's not going to be Smallville. He's just going to be a young Superman just becoming Superman for the first time. We never got that. We never got a Superman movie where a young Superman, young Clark Kent goes to the Daily Planet, starts working there, meets Lois Lane, starts falling in love with her, but yet they don't get that relationship until years later. And he's still starting to learn how to become Superman. We're going to get it. And if he's 25 to almost 30, that's 10 years of him being Superman and help set up the new DCEU, the rebirth, or whatever you want to call this, the new 52, the rebirth universe, whatever you want to call this new DC, and then it's going to be awesome. Same thing with the new Batman and Wonder Woman. Because let's face the fact, as much as I love Gal Gadot, a lot of people did not like her as Wonder Woman in the first place. They didn't think she was sexy enough or whatever the heck that even meant. I remember those complaints. Remember it was like, oh, she's not, big enough. So, she wasn't Wonder Woman, and everybody complained about it. Everybody hated Ben Affleck as Batman at one point. Remember? And then now we're losing them, and everybody wants them back. Come on. Nobody supported the movies when they were playing these characters, and now that they're leaving, now everybody wants to support them. That's like saying, oh, nobody liked the Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, but then when he leaves, oh, we need him as Iron Man. We need him as Iron Man. He's Iron Man. He's perfect. Everybody complained about Hugh Jackman when he was cast as Wolverine and he was too short. Now we can't see him without him. So it's the same thing here. Whoever is going to play these characters next, I'm sure they're going to do a good job. That's how actors are. Once you have great actors, great directors, they're going to give us good stories. That's all we need. We need a hit for DC. DC needs to do this. And if they have to hit the actual reset button for everything, that includes getting rid of everybody, including my favorite Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, and getting us a new Harley Quinn that's going to fit the new DCU, so be it. Let's just see what happens. I mean, maybe she won't leave. Maybe she'll stick around. She will be Harley Quinn moving forward, but who knows? So far, we only know about Superman leaving and everybody else. Ben Affleck is already gone, so we already knew that. Ezra Miller, he's a legal problem, so he's automatically gone, even if they weren't going to reboot this whole universe. Jason Momoa is probably going to play Lobo, because he was supposed to play Lobo in the beginning, and they gave him Aquaman, so I was like, all right, we'll see what they can do with that, and he was great. He's going to be a good Lobo, too. We all wanted him as Lobo anyway. That's like having why am I freezing his name? Emily Blunt's husband. When we wanted him as Mr. Fantastic, what if they gave him another role and he's even better? It could be the same way here. So we just got to wait and see what DC's going to do. We have to trust that James Gunn knows what he's doing. We can't just say, oh, I'm going to boycott the next movies. You can boycott them all you want. It doesn't really matter. They're still coming out next year. We're still going to see Michael Keaton one more time as Batman. Now, granted, regardless of how good or bad that Flash movie is, yes, it has its baggage, but honestly, who cares? Because that movie doesn't really matter anymore anyway. The cameos are probably going to be cut out of it. So leave no confusion. And then we'll get a brand new DC slate. Phase 1 of the new DC universe. We'll get the new movies, and it'll be cool. And if they fail, they fail. Then they'll try again. And they'll keep trying until they get a hit. Look what they did with Joker. Oh, nobody could do a Joker film by itself. $1 billion. Nobody could do a Venom movie by themselves. You can't do Venom without Spider-Man. Everybody knows Venom. Now, Venom 2, that's questionable, but that's a different situation. Twilight Boy playing Batman? Yeah, right. Now we can't wait to see what he's going to do in the next one. Lady Gaga is going to be Harley Quinn, huh? Who knows how that's going to turn out. That could be amazing for all we know. And she's actually a good actor, so let's give her the benefit of the doubt when that actually does happen. But you know what I'm going with it. We just got to relax and just try to see what happens. This isn't the end of the world. Okay, Henry Cavill is going to be fine. He might just end up being in Marvel, which is cool. Because I'm pretty sure half the Guardians of the Galaxy crew is going to end up going to DC anyway. And any of those guys are going to be great. I can see Bradley Cooper play Booster Gold. I can totally see it. And what if Chris Pratt ends up playing Shazam, the new Shazam? Because let's face the fact, Zachary Levi is going to be gone too. So Dwayne Johnson's gone, so we know he's going to end up in the Marvel Universe some way, shape, or form. Imagine it's Galactus. I can just see it now. Oh my God, Dwayne Johnson's Galactus or Silver Surfer or whatever. Then everybody's going to complain about that. Oh, yeah, he's gone. I think he's gone. I think everybody's going to be gone. I think every single one of them is going to be gone. I'm not sure about Peacemaker. Maybe Peacemaker will be gone after season 2. I'm not sure. Maybe they'll give something else to John Cena. Maybe he'll be part of the new thing. Because I think John Cena is cool as an actor. I think he's actually really cool. Tell you the truth, I think he's better than The Rock. Sorry. He's always been a better wrestler than The Rock. So, I'm sorry. To me, he's always been a better wrestler. He's way better than Batista. And let's face the fact, Batista's going to show up in the DC Universe too. Probably as the new Bane or somebody else or something. We all know the Guardians team is eventually going to show up in the DCEU. As who? Who knows? We just have to wait and see what happens with them. But the point I'm trying to make is that, look, as much as I love Henry Cavill Superman, I'm going to miss him. I still got the movies. I can still go back and watch those films. It's not exactly like... he's pressing the reset button, he's snapping his fingers, and everybody who owns a copy of all those movies are erased. I still have them on my shelf, all ready to go. They're all there. Although it's going to be a pain in the butt to collect the new Funko Pops, but that's a whole different topic. But, yeah. So, yeah. Am I sad for Henry Cavill playing Superman? A little bit. You know, I do feel like they did him dirty. But, I am looking forward to see what he does next. I think he just picked up some dice game from Amazon. I'm not really sure. It's kind of like Dungeons and Dragons with like little war soldiers. So he's got that show coming out. So that's going to be cool. He's going to be an executive producer. So he's fine. And he got paid playing Superman anyway. It doesn't really even matter. Like if he got fired playing Superman and never got paid for any of those films, then I'd be like, well, Warner Bros., you better just cough up the money and give this poor man his money. But since he already got paid for all those films that he was in and, cameos that he did, what does it matter? Okay? Maybe we can get him closer to playing Bond. Maybe he'll end up being in the MCU. We know Kevin Feige's already calling him, hanging out with him for lunch and be like, hey, you want to play this, or that character? We know it's going to happen. Ben Affleck, same thing. Ben Affleck can go back to Marvel and be like, can I play this guy, or whatever? Or direct. There's rumors that he might direct some DC films for Ben Affleck, so he ain't gonna be gone that quickly. So, silver lining. Gal Gadot. See, I feel like Gal Gadot is gonna be gone as Wonder Woman, which is unfortunate because I kind of like her as Wonder Woman. I just don't know who can they get to get a new Wonder Woman, but I'm pretty sure whoever they get will be fine. But yeah. We just gotta wait to see what happens. I am looking forward to seeing what DC can do for us now. Listen, they're gonna keep failing. If they're gonna keep failing, fine. You know, honestly, this is what I always say. It's movies are like sports teams. No matter how much our sports teams suck that season, they always come back and try better. Sometimes they have great seasons, miss it by that much. Sometimes they end up winning the whole damn thing. And it's amazing, and we love it. And they just keep putting on that winning streak. You know, it's bound to happen. DC is going to have wins again. They already have one with the Batmans, and Super Pets was fun. Maybe we'll continue getting more of those movies. You know, it's an animated thing, but still, Super Pets did really well. So that's something. So, you know, they got the video games. Titans is still doing good. So there's that. Flash is about to die, television-wise. So, you know, 9 seasons, not bad, but still. You know, DC's DC. And let's face the facts, Marvel ain't perfect either. Don't say, hey, Marvel's better, when we all know, we all complain about Marvel with Phase 4 not being so hot. So, their 3-year streak of being perfect, it's already over, what they did. And they already pushed back every other movie thanks to Blade. Blade got pushed back so badly that the other movies are now taking like 6,000 years to come out now. So, there's that. The ones that are not already out and ready to get out. I'm talking about the ones that are supposed to be in pre-production by next year and now going to be pushed back to the following year and to start filming for 2024, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, yeah, so there's that. So, Marvel's not perfect either. So, all you Marvel fans who are laughing at DC fans right now, you guys ain't perfect either. Nobody's perfect when it comes to being, you know, these movies. Look at Star Wars. We can't even get 10, 11, 12 of Star Wars movies, and yet, and some people don't even like the Boba Fett show or Andor, which, by the way, I don't know why, because Andor was amazing. But yeah, I feel like DC, you know, they failed. Okay, they failed. Well, what can you do? Just take a breath, relax, start fresh, and maybe you'll get some wins. It's like throwing things at a board. You know, you're not going to hit the bullseye every time, unless you're that good. And if you're not that good, and you try to throw you're eventually going to hit a bullseye, and that's what DC is. Look what they did with Batman. How many times has Batman been rebooted and it's always been great movies after great movies after great movies, minus Ben Affleck, but that's a different thing. You know, when Batman 4 came out, everybody's like, "Yeah, Batman's dead. We're never gonna get Batman movies." Then Christopher Nolan came out. He's like, "I'm gonna remake Batman, make him fresh." Yeah, right. One of the greatest trilogies ever made. The Dark Knight is still one of the best comic book films ever made. So there's that. Okay? And it's not like DC can't win. Joker hit $1 billion. Nobody thought that movie was even going to be possible to do without Batman in it. You know? Pattinson Batman was a huge critical, financial, and of course, audience success. So there's that. So, you know, give DC a break. Just because their cinematic universe isn't perfect doesn't mean that they can't be good. Now, if I was going to do the DC universe, I would do it the way they do in the Batman animated series. Have the DC universe connected but not connected at the same time. What do I mean by that? Simple. You start off with Superman or whatever. You start off with the Trinity. You have them all in the separate universe, but acknowledge the others already there. But don't say that they're across the street when Doomsday's attacking the city. Don't do that. Don't be like Marvel. Remember when Marvel first started? Iron Man had no idea about Thor or Captain America, you know, but they were there. There were Easter eggs about them, and then we slowly got them into the universe. If they did it like that, just as the DC universe would be perfect. Like, perfect. Okay? So, who knows how they're going to do it. But James Gunn, we have to trust. We love all his Guardians movie. The Guardians 3 looks amazing. So if that's a hit, obviously we're all going to trust the guy for when it comes to DC. So I liked the Suicide Squad movie. I think I liked it better than the original, but that's different. Anyway, that's how I feel. You can take it or leave it, what you think about it. If you guys are going to boycott this movie, that's your right, I guess. But we all know you're going to go see the movie anyway. Like all the people who said that they weren't gonna watch the new Avatar movie are watching Avatar. That movie's already crushing. So everybody says one thing and they do a wholly different thing. Then they go back and say, oh, I always believed in that. Remember when they said that, oh, Heath Ledger, the guy from Brokeback Mountain is Joker? Yeah, right. Yeah. So, DC will be fine. DC right now has some hiccups. Who doesn't have bad days at the office for films? Everybody does. Okay? So, let's just relax and enjoy what we're going to be getting. We're going to get to see the rest of the former DC slate, which is Aquaman, Shazam, and The Flash, and Blue Beetle. And once they come out, if they're great, cool. We get to add it to our DC collection anyway. And then we'll get the new stuff, and it will be just as good or even worse. It don't matter. They'll keep trying, and eventually give us a hit that everybody can love. And then Marvel will continue doing great too, or fail as they're doing right now with Phase 4, minus, a couple of things, but still. Nobody's perfect. Everybody's gonna have a bad streak day anyway. It only takes one swing to hit a home run or a base hit. Look at baseball players. Some of them always strike out, and then eventually they hit a home run or a base hit, and their momentum keeps going good. Football, same thing. Touchdown, taking the ball to the end zone. Soccer, same thing. Basketball, you try to go for the 3-pointers right away, and you keep missing. You try to go for a 2-pointer or even a 1-pointer, and then eventually you get back into that rhythm to get the 3-pointers to be successful again, and then that team becomes a winning team. DC needs that. They got 2 new head coaches. Let's see what happens with the new DC, and hope for the best. And if we don't get it, we'll try again. We'll just keep trying until something clicks. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about Henry Cavill no longer being Superman. Personally, I think that, like I said before, I think it's okay. Because honestly, nobody liked him as Superman anyway. A lot of people out there didn't like him as Superman. I personally did, but I know there's some people out there who didn't. I got family members who didn't even like him as Superman, so go figure. So, and he's going to be fine. He'll come back in DC, do something else maybe, or go to Marvel. And he's got other projects, and we're still going to see Henry Cavill do other movies. So it's not like we're losing him. So, yeah. So let's see what happens with DC, and let's see what they can do. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought. Stay tuned for more. Thank you very much, and have a good night.